Okay, market mayhem seems to be continuing, and because you asked for it, we're here with a quick and very reactive Bitcoin price analysis. You can find the full breakdown of this price analysis piece by Pratik on altcoinbuzz.io. We're asking, is this the top? Bitcoin and altcoins drop by more than now 20% after reaching all-time highs. Bitcoin, that is, of $42,000. Stay tuned in this video, guys. We're going to look at the hourly candles, we're going to look at the daily candles and the weekly candles and give you our best sense of where things could go, either way, to the upside or to the downside. Let's first set the stage for context. With the wide range of institutional investors coming in, we saw a highly impressive Bitcoin price rally, but one that admittedly was getting way overheated. And if you think back from last year, not even 12 months ago, to the lows of March, Bitcoin was just a little bit over $3,000, and since then we've climbed to just about $42,000, which means a gain of almost 14 times in the span of a year for Bitcoin from its yearly low price during that crash, March 13th and 14th, that Friday the 13th Black Swan event. Bitcoin was struggling to break the resistance of $20,000 for actually some time, and we saw multiple rejections at that level. But once the resistance at 20,000 was broken, we saw a very impressive rally by the king of all cryptos. One by one, all the checkpoints were reached and flipped to support. We did see a small resistance at $30,000, but even that really didn't last for all that long, as Bitcoin quickly jumped from $30,000 to $42,000 within just a week to establish an all-time high price. But was $42,000 the top? And are we going to see major corrections continue to the downside for Bitcoin's price? Let's take a look now, starting with the 4-hour Bitcoin candles. The 4-hour chart on Bitcoin, unfortunately, is quite bearish. Bitcoin could not hold the support at $34,000, and we saw a sell-off towards the lower support of $31,000. This area also corresponds to the trendline support area. BTC has to close multiple 4-hourly candles above this green support zone of $31,000 and ideally quickly reclaim $34,000 and then flip that zone to support. Because if it doesn't, here's what could ultimately unfold as a bearish scenario. So if that $34,000 mark isn't flipped to support, we could see an inverse head and shoulder pattern with the right shoulder forming at $34,000. And if that's the case, we could start seeing a move towards $29,100, $26,300, and $24,100. We are not cheering on that possibility, but this is information that, however bearish it may be, we do want you to know about it, and you can adjust accordingly based on the data that you're interpreting and make a decision. Looking now at the Bitcoin daily price charts, BTC almost reached the 2.618 fib at $44,000 as per a previous chart that we analyzed, and a rejection from this price or the area around this price was expected, and Bitcoin has now dropped to our support zone of about $32,000. That's where it currently sits at the time of this recording. This is an important level to hold for the correction to be over. If this level does not hold, then we can start potentially seeing a move toward the 0.618 Fibonacci, that's at $24,000, with stops at 27.7K and 25.6K. How Bitcoin reacts at the lower fibs will determine the next move of Bitcoin. But if 32,000 holds, we could again start seeing Bitcoin make a move towards $44,000. Taking a look at the weekly chart here, the weekly candle also suggests that the fib at 32,000 is important. If we break this Fibonacci level, there won't be any substantial support till the low $20,000 region, unfortunately. Don't forget, all of this that we've seen these last few weeks has all been price discovery, and so there isn't necessarily a lot of structure to it. But if 32,000 can hold and we manage to close the weekly candle above this 1.618 Fibonacci, we can start targeting the 2.618 Fibonacci and keep moving towards $50,000. There you have it, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army, a quick Bitcoin price analysis based on today's movement. Of course, and I know you guys know this, but none of this is financial advice. Let me know whether you're bearish or bullish in the comments below. And look, overall, I'm still very, very bullish if Bitcoin retraces. Personally speaking, this is just my strategy. I'm going to continue to buy up the dip, and that's all. So in a sense, I don't worry about it. Sometimes I kind of find myself cheering for further retracement because it just means you can accumulate more at a lower price. Just my perspective personally, but you got to kind of treat this as something that's unemotional. You got to be cold and robotic almost in your calculations. And so we don't mean to sound bearish, but we're presenting the data objectively, or at least we're trying to be objective and impartial. So once again, let me know your thoughts about those predictions in the comments below. Are you bearish? Are you bullish? Why? And what are your price targets? Best of luck if you choose to invest, everybody. We'll see you again soon in the next video. Take care.